Everyone deliver a vlog, and I'm gonna start with saying that like my meditation series I've been doing that committed to for this period. I can't do them anymore because I started working yesterday, so on Tuesday. I know it's Wednesday. So I've been working for 2 days, right? And I'm always want to make a video about it because I feel incredibly conflicted about like work and corporate work in general. And I would like this to be kind of improvisational, not improv, improvise, improvise. I can never pronounce that word. I'm gonna just listen to it once, right? Right.
Improvisational.
Improvisational, okay. It's gonna be a bit improvisational, and I can't stumble it, whatever. Because on one hand, I really dislike the socialization aspect that is really forced onto me. Like, it just feels like 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 those lunch breaks where you go with the team you're working on, and then there was also like super forced meeting where I feel like basically nothing was said of important in the meeting. It's just everyone saying the thing they're working on, but because everyone is doing such specific tasks, like none of what they're communicating actually means anything to anyone else. Or like, that's the first type of meeting. And the second type of meeting is just way too many people in the room, right? And like nothing can get done when you have like 50 people or something. I don't know what the fuck expected a meeting with 50 people to get anything done, but okay. So yeah, just I really dislike like the forced socialization aspect, and because everything like those meetings and those lunches, and also like in 2 days I've had two meetings and like one farewell party to one guy. It's not really a party, but more like there was the lunch and then we ate a dessert. Like it just feels like it's just socialization. Except it's not like it's not really like deep bonding with people. It's just really shallow people telling their life. But like I don't know, I find that quite depressing honestly. Like the how shallow the level of interaction is, and I just fucking hate it. That's why I'm making this video. I just fucking hate it. I don't have anything to say about the job for now because for now I'm just reading stuff to do my job properly and learn the concepts. So for the job, I don't have anything to say. I don't have anything to say about the workload either. I mean, personally, I'm completely okay with like gaming the system and because I think the whole thing about like 8 hours of work a day, technically it's 7 hours because the breaks don't count. We all count on time thing. But so it's 7 hours plus the break time, right? So it's basically 8 hours. The whole 8 hours thing is just bullshit. Like no one actually works for 8 hours focused, right? Like you might sit at a desk for 8 hours. That's really easy. But when I actually focus, I personally can't really do more than like 4 or 5 if I really try. Beyond that, it's really like unfocused, and I could get something done that's easy, like that doesn't require much thinking. But actual focused work that requires thinking, I can't do more than like 4 hours or 5 maybe if I'm on a good day. But yeah, I'm completely okay with like not, like just taking it easy on my stuff. It's definitely something I need to learn how to. But that's not the problem I have. The problem I have when I'm in my company is that it just feels incredibly like forced socialization, and like in a month or something, or like in a few weeks, there's gonna be to like you have to like introduce yourself to like 50 people or so as a newcomer. It's just I don't know, bro. It just feels so fucking cringe. Like the way you introduce yourself is like you list like 10 favorite things about yourself. Like favorite season, what's your favorite animal, what's your favorite lunch, meal, whatever. Just fucking. It's people say they're introverted, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm introverted or not. I don't fucking care. It's just a word. Personally, I can't stand this type of incredibly shallow social interactions. To me, I just can't stand them. Like, I don't see why. Like, it feels just so sad to like, have an opportunity to like talk to someone really, and the only thing you talk about is just like dumb shit. And like, I think it's obviously. Hmm, you can't expect every relationship with every single human being to be like, deep or whatever, and vulnerable or whatever. But like, it's just that honestly, I would much rather not do this whole socialization thing because it feels very forced again. Like I would just rather be in front of my computer. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, I studied mathematics. Obviously, I'm not like super social or whatever, and I expected my position not to require too much. I guess it doesn't require that much. Maybe it's just because I'm new. I don't know. The reason why I feel conflicted was because on one hand I don't dislike that part, but I don't like that part of my job. But on the other hand, I feel like I'm a bit of a how to say I should feel lucky for in some ways, right? Because I got a job out of uh, graduating, and it's like an indeterminate period. Like as long as I do my job well, I won't, it won't end. Like, but well, as opposed to like determinate periods, determinate contracts they're called in my country, and those things they end after like a set time, right? So you don't stay in the company as long as you can or whatever. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that the money is actually kind of decent for one and not for like completely new person, right? And there's also like a lot of advantages that reduce my cost. So in terms of money, it's actually a pretty good job considering the fact that like I can also I don't have to work for 8 hours. I can it's actually fairly easy to game the system, but like I feel really conflicted about because I don't want to quit that job because there's no fucking way I can get a better option than this. And also the fact that uh I can go to my job by bus. I don't need to drive a car or whatever. That's a huge because I don't have to like worry about. I don't like driving. First of all, I have like I have driving anxiety and all of that. But no, it's really nice because obviously I'm not dependent on a car and fuel and considering like the fuel prices, oil prices have been really going up, right? It's really nice. And yeah, I feel really conflicted, right? Because I feel like I should just be grateful for a job, right? Like the people are really nice. It's just I don't know. I just find them annoying. Just can't be bothered with social interactions, and it just feels like such a fucking ungrateful thing to say. But at the same time, I have to say something. Like the whole thing about corporate work is that it's just feels like a waste of life in some way. Like like human beings, and think about like the fucking crazy thing that there's such a thing as an existence and reality, and then what you do is that you sit on a chair for 8 hours or 8 hours a day in front of a screen, and you just talk with people you don't really care about, and that's what you do for years and years. I don't know. I find that kind of. It just feels like that's not what life is. But given my financial situation, that's probably the best thing to do. But yeah, a thought that crossed my mind a lot is that I shouldn't try to fight against the current system I live in. I should just try to do do whatever such that I can just stay in the company and just earn my money and whatever. I don't need to like fight the current reality. I don't need to keep telling myself how much I fucking hate the company. Just you know how to say it. Don't swim against the river, right? Just try to swim along with it, and no one is telling you to like enjoy it, whatever. But like, you don't make it easier for yourself by swimming against the current. It's just a lost battle. Sooner or later, you'll just it won't end for you. So yeah, feeling very conflicted about my job, and it's, I definitely knew that before getting into a job. I never worked at a company or whatever. I definitely knew that it wouldn't be like it wouldn't be like mind blowing or whatever. It'd just be would just be stuff that I've already experienced, but in different form. I didn't realize how much like the whole thing of infantilization just keeps seems to always keep going through society. Like I remember when I was a kid, obviously like we were infantilized by the school system, right? That was in primary school, so like age 6 to 12. And so I was like, okay, that's fair. We're still very young. Surely it will change in secondary school, right? Turns out that no, it just keeps going in secondary school from first year when you're like 12, even to the last years when you're 16, 17. Most teachers still teach you like kids who are completely clueless and who need to be disciplined, which is very different from some teachers who talk to you like you're someone who can understand things and who can get respect by having something to say rather than shutting you up because they have the authority. In university, there was also a fair amount of infantilization, in my opinion. Like just the whole thing about like making it very easy to pass the courses. And that was something I saw very clearly. Like a lot of students, they were not easy, so to say, but there were like opportunities to brute force through the courses. If that makes sense. So if someone just memorized things, they would be able to brute force through the test, through the exams if they tried like once or twice. But the truth is that the difference between someone who brute forces and someone who understands the core subjects is it's huge. It's not even like close. Or like it might, in terms of grades, it might not be that big. Like it could be like between a 10 of 20 versus like a 17 out of 20. Like in terms of grades, it doesn't seem that big, but in terms of like understanding and time investment, it's not even the same thing. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, basically, like it seems that society has a very big trend of making it very easy to reach a certain like plateau of survival, and it makes it easy for people to survive. But like that plateau and that infrastructure also makes it very difficult to like seek out something that is truly like up above and beyond, right? Because there's just so many reasons why it's so difficult to pursue what you want. One of the reasons I found is that there are only full-time jobs for the type of work that I do. Like, there's no like half-time opportunity. You can't just decide to work half-time, and then use the rest of your time to work on what you want. You are just a full-time employee. Like, that's one huge factor, and that's a huge factor because like you only have a finite amount of energy, right? And you also have to take into account commutes and stuff. And so when you spend that much time for your work, then like when you're home, like what are you gonna do? It's really difficult to spend that last remaining time on things you want. And yeah, I'm making this video because I definitely feeling a bit of despair in that regard. Like there are things I want to do, but like I don't know, I've limited time when I'm home, so should I just do it when I'm in the office? Like that sounds so. I mean, I work in like an open office, right? So it's not like a cubicle where I'm just in my own little bubble. So I don't think it's a good idea to do that. But there are definitely things I can do there, like, such as reading stuff I want, and they won't notice. But yeah, it's really like it's definitely a shock. Like I knew that I didn't want to be an employee for the rest of my life, but I didn't realize how much it's not enjoyable. It's definitely a shock to process for me. Maybe I will get used to it, and. But my end game is still to not be an employee, right? It's to work for myself. Working for yourself is a bit of a misleading term because even when you're a self-employed person, you still need to work for clients. Right? It's very different, right? It's very different employed versus being an employee because again, with the half time point, for someone who doesn't need a lot of money to survive, and I would say I'm fit in that category. I just don't give a fuck about more material things. Finding like a flat that's very difficult for. That's very, very expensive. Like a place to live in general. Does tend to be expensive, of course. There's only so much you can do in that regard. But like, if you're someone who doesn't need as much money to survive, well, then you don't need to work as much to survive, and that's a huge deal and that's something you can do when you're self-employed, which you can't do when you're a full-time employee. But on the other hand, of course, you have like the excess money that you can use to like, invest or whatever. But yeah, that's one nice thing about my work. I don't wish to share too many private details, but my work is related to finance, so I don't know much about finance, but what I'm doing currently is to just read up on um, things related to the company and theories of finance, the basic theory of finance and how running a business. And it's really nice, right? That it's not so much a business, more like accountants. But it's really nice to like have a solid foundation of finance and those things because the things I don't understand, like yeah, financial markets and investing and all that. Yeah, I guess that's pretty nice. Yeah, I don't really much say like this was a very family video. It was just me, giving my thoughts. There was not really like any main point I wanted to make. I guess the main points that I'm pretty conflicted about my job, but I'll update you guys later on. So yeah, when it comes to my vlogs, no more meditation streams, simply not possible. Considering my time, like I don't have enough time. Um, yoga is still something I'm gonna try doing because taking care of my health is important. And yeah, yeah. And the last thing about my job too, something I just want to mention is that they actually allow me to work from home quite often, and there's actually no way for them to like check what you're doing when you're home. So I hope you can put the pieces together on what I'm going to use that for. But I definitely don't want to get fired from a job. I'm gonna I'm gonna do my job, but most people don't work for more than 4 hours a day. From what I've seen, let's be fucking honest. Like they just talk way too much to focus and productive at all. So yeah, but I'm gonna use that extra time to do things if I want to. So yeah, thank you for watching, and see you next time.